You know what it means to go live when you won't go live. When you've never had the fear of going live before, but you want to go live. But you haven't pressed record on the recorder button yet, so you can't go live. I think I just got it working so we can start the show now. Is it time to start the show now? Oh, let me know. Is it time to start the show now? I think it's time to start the show now. Oh, everybody, it's time to start the show now. Oh, I think it's time to start the show now. Just the band. I think it's time to start the show now. Time to start the show. Just the unborn. Is it the show? Just the dead. Don't know. Everybody. Oh, just time to start the show now. All right. Listen. You gotta get your fucking act together, all right? There's no time for fucking around today. I have to be at the dentist in an hour. So, all right. I know you want to be like, oh, I just want to get easy into the podcast. Oh, no, that's not what we're doing today. We're getting straight down to business. We're getting straight down. As you know, oh fuck, man, so much mad shit has happened in the last 24 hours. It turns out, in case none of you guys know, I have such a fear of the live stream shitting itself. The live stream keeps just crying and going, oh, I don't know how to go live. And then it stops working after 5 minutes and it's like, oh, I didn't know you wanted me to go for an hour. Oh, you want me to go for 2 hours? You gotta pay me some money. Right. Last episode yesterday. Power is taken, not given. Fucking hell. That sounds like words of a lad who's trying to start a war or something. What was he thinking yesterday? Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. So, someone was talking to me yesterday. And they were like, fucking hell, what are you doing for Halloween? I was like, fuck yeah, so I'd be good crack tomorrow. They were saying it's tonight. Yesterday, so I missed Halloween. Surprise. I already went to some Halloween parties and stuff. I didn't know what day the actual Halloween was on. So I've after releasing, I know everyone's very proud of me, after releasing a thing called Irish Mental Health System. And sometimes you're not very happy, and sometimes you sing a song about it, and sometimes it ends up being on YouTube, and sometimes you ask everyone you know to share it and all that stuff. So here's what the crack is. It's a 1.5-minute video. It's about the Irish mental health care system, and I released it yesterday. It's a video of me like walking through someone's house and just like giving it all a rap, and I'm like, what am I even saying? Yeah, it's quite emotional. It's quite emotional and stuff like that. So it'll be on Instagram. It's already on YouTube on the main page. It's called Irish Mental Health Care System. Because the stuff I'm trying to do here is not like, I'm trying to create something much bigger than myself. And how you create something much bigger than yourself is you pull a Walt Disney. Walt Disney didn't build, I think he was able to do a lot of the films and stuff, and he was able to do like Snow White and stuff, but the amount of people he can employ and so on. But when it got to building Disneyland, for Walt Disney, he wanted to build a place that was safe, consistently brilliant. He wouldn't have to worry about his fucking kids going missing. He knew they wouldn't catch fleas there. The performers wouldn't be fucking drunk. Whatever. He wanted somewhere he could just bring his kids and they'd have a great time every time. So what he had to do was He couldn't just be like, right, I'm going to build Disneyland. I'm going to lock myself away for the next 10 years. He got in touch with the number one landscapers. He got in touch with the number one everyone. And you know what? He didn't have enough money to do it. So he had to pool together collective knowledge and collective excellence using the best architects in the world. And you know what? He couldn't even pay them. He couldn't even pay them. Like, they had to either be done on some kind of loan system. So it was like convincing all your best mates in your class to come help you build a house or something. And you were like, the house is going to be fucking class. And he did that by talking to them and promising them stuff. And he motivated everyone in his fucking classroom to help build his gaff for him. We're talking metaphorically here or whatever, just by his words and things that he had done in his own lifetime. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. I can appreciate that I'm only one person, but I'd like to give life an all bang in the right direction. Because I read The Prince by Machiavelli, or is it Machiavelli by the Prince, or Machiavelli is the Prince? It's this famous political book, and it goes into kind of all the dark, shady shit like aristocracy do, and how to talk to diplomats, and all this kind of mad psychological shit. And what he was talking about there's so much knowledge in that book, and I've already forgot what I was talking about. But Machiavelli, the Prince. You gotta communicate with people, and the number one thing that rings true for all entrepreneurs and successful, like really fucking heavyweight billionaires and stuff, is they're excellent at communicating. So maybe that's like the number one thing that they're all really good at, communications. Because what is fucking life, man? We're just our minds talking to other people's minds. And why am I looking at fucking billionaires? Because typically billionaires get a fuckload done in one lifetime. They don't, especially self-made millionaires and all that stuff. And I'm trying to, the most successful business model you can have is the corporate business model, all right? And the reason why art is doing so shit is because only the best art is rising to the top, which is pretty good. That's fine, kind of. When you look at pop music, like, why is it so good? It's using the corporate business model. Now, if I use the corporate business model, the evil corporate business model for good, I feel like fucking Batman here. Just using my mind as a superpower. Man, we can get some serious shit done, man. Pool our knowledge together. Work to just generally improving people's well-being, about feeling about themselves. Who loves your boy Will Smith? Will Smith was saying how dangerous it is to put self-esteem, right? Self-esteem is like your own fucking ego. And he was saying how dangerous it is to put your self-worth in someone else's hands. So an example of this would be judging how good you are at football purely on what other people told you about how you're doing at football. All right. So if you played a really good match of football, I fucking hate football, man. I fucking hate football. But that's nothing to do with it. Let's say you played a class match in football and everyone goes, he's the best fucking footballer ever. That week you'd be like, brilliant. Everyone likes me this week because I'm good at football. Next week, you trip and hurt. You don't score a goal that day. Everyone's like, that lad's shit at football. You're like, I'm a shit person. Everything in life is shit. And so on. Because your whole self-being is based on other people. which is a scary ass way to live your life. And that's one of the ways which advertising can manipulate us, because we can look up at the billboard and see, oh fuck, there's someone with a nice dog and they're smiling, fuck, they must be really happy. So if I get this mortgage, I will also be happy, and I won't have all these questions about how do I fill this big deep hole inside of me. It's a trick used since, I don't know, when was Freud around? Like the fucking 30s. Captain Freud, his step cousin or something, started off the whole business. Started off the whole marketing thing. I think it was before World War I or something. Sure, look, someday I'll have someone here and they'll just be like fact checking all the shit I have, and hopefully, when my listeners get a little bit more confident, they'll just be like, actually, the year was something, and I'll look over the comments, be like, oh yeah, it was in 19 something whatever. Sure, we'll see. I know I have the best fans in the world, but they're a bit shy today. So yeah, that was Machiavelli the Prince, talking about that one. Some other mad shit. Just trying to think about what songs play today. But man, there's more important things than music, right? Sometimes I just want to play a song I just made up on the spot for the VeganSteven podcast. Would you forgive me if I put words in this space that were paid advertising? Would you hate the concept? As you know, I've already officially sold out. I know. You can't trust me anymore. I've sold out. VeganSteven invented vegan pop, and then he sold out. He did one good thing in his career, bless him. I recorded my first ad there for some pod streaming service. It'll probably pop up. And then I realized I rushed it for like 30 seconds, and I was like, "Fuck! I did this really not great ad or whatever." And I was like, "Man, what if I created the best fucking ad anyone has ever heard, and people only came to my station just to listen to the ad?" I was like, "Fuck!" Because I think I know how to do it and stuff. As far as I can tell, I know all the things. It's like a lot of things in life. You know exactly what you have to do, but you don't do it because you're afraid. Like you see that fucking gorgeous girl, and you're too afraid to walk up and say, do you like science? I also like science. And look awkwardly the other way in case she goes, "You asshole! You're just like all the other guys who fucking..." Instead, she might just be like, "Yeah, science is alright. It's a nice day outside, isn't it?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, it's alright. Talk to you later." Or whatever you're into. It reminds me of... I don't really get it with girls anymore. Like, I used to get it younger when I was a girl. Like, you know, going up and asking the girl out or whatever. Now I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. But I get it with... I get it with famous people. And people I respect. Like, I was going up to this musician. I kind of, for some reason, I had a bit of an ego because I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm also a musician. I know what I'm talking about." So I went with this lad. He's kind of like an iconic kind of Irish performer. And sometimes my ego gets too big for my boots, and I went up to him. Went straight up. I jumped straight up on the stage, which is probably a no-no. And said, "Love the shot, love it, like what you did there." And he was just like, "Oh no, another fan annoying me." He's just filling up his bag full of. He was like, "Do you want to buy a CD?" And I was like, "Oh, got it already, man." But basically, that was one of those situations where, I don't know. Apparently, one of the things that you do in that situation is you completely ignore the fact that they're famous and say something like, "Sorry, mate, do you have the time?" Because they're very uncomfortable with someone being like, "I love you," but it's not really a comfortable position to be in, unless you're an egotistical maniac, in which case I don't think you'd be going around playing little pub gigs when you're a big lad. Do you want a sip of this? Are you sure? All right. Because I'm going in the shop, so let me know if you want that. Okay. So we got the old video dropping on Instagram today. The music video is dropping on Instagram today. I think 1 o'clock will be the time. I think I'm going to go for 1 o'clock. I'm not sure what time people are. Primarily I'll go for 1 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I haven't quite sussed out what time people are on their phones. You kind of got to zip in when people are most on their phones and stuff to make, because I'm doing this primarily without, like, at the moment I'm not pumping money into advertising for this week. I'm just moving on word of mouth, so we're gonna see what goes, what people like, and then if you guys like something, I'll be like, bam, moving with this idea. It's like testing out products. Like, do you like this Hoover? Do you like this Hoover? Do you like an invisible Hoover? Do you like the metal Hoover? And then people go, listen, the invisible Hoover, I love it, but I can't find it. The metal Hoover, I love it, but it's too heavy. So I'm going to go with the plastic Hoover, because I only want to spend €20 and I want to buy a new one every year, because, oh God. I'm getting into fucking renewable energy here, and I've got my own philosophies about that. And a lot of renewable energy comes down to price point and how much people are willing to pay for something. Like a lot of things, people go, oh, Apple and who else? Apple are, evil corporation, whatever. It's so are Disney. But oh shit, I've got to read out all my disclaimers to make sure they don't get sued. All right, I'm going to read it out now. It's called the South Park intro text, and it hopefully works. Hopefully it's not a myth. I'm just wasting my time reading this thing every single time. Just like, this is like me hanging on to like some kind of like Catholic cross in like a room full of vampires. I'm just like, stay back. I have the South Park intro text. Stay back. You can't sue me as long as I have this. You can't suck my blood as long as I have this crucifix. All right, let's see what we got here. All characters and events in this show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. Following program contains coarse language, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone except no one. That's right. This is VeganSteven podcast, the #1 vegan podcast every 24 hours. It is sponsored by the gods. You've asked us to stop the rain, and we have stopped the rain. And as everyone who is watching this video cast live via video knows, God, I was stayed up all night painting my face into a big lump of meat, because, as all my visual listeners know, I am eating a big lump of meat here, and I've decided to not turn vegan anymore because it's Halloween. And I'm wearing a big a big costume. Oh Jesus! Right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna stay lit. This is live, people. This is live. Oh yeah, Christmas song. So I have a Christmas song ready to go, but I thought it'd be fucking cool if well, I don't know if I'll do it for this one, but you know, for like a big chorus at the end, basically record a vegan or else a positive mental health version, I haven't decided which, of what's that fuck? It's Christmas time and everybody bad and better. Yeah, that Christmas charity song. So basically, I just recorded a fucking banger, nice club track, and I'd get the fans to sing the chorus or the hook or whatever on their phones, just sing along with it, and then email me the record of them singing on the phones. And I'm good at music or whatever, so I'll just go like bang, and we'll have 100 people singing on their phones, doing the backing vocals for the fucking song. Can all be done over email in the space of a week. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the Christmas single or if I'm going to hold that off for some kind of other thing. Apparently today is, I don't know if today is Halloween or if yesterday was Halloween or how it works. I'm kind of confused because I was told it was on the, today is the 1st, so it was yesterday. Okay. I'm showing my lack of knowledge. So we're talking about self-esteem. Do you like that segue? We're talking about self-esteem. And yeah, it's, I know, like in all my school reports, they were like, oh, Stephen is really bad at school, but he seems really smart and we really like him, and he listens and he's quiet and he's good, but he has like really low self-esteem. And I just saw that like in all my school reports growing up, and I was like, man, what is this self-esteem and where do I buy some? Can I go to the shop? I'll take a 6-pack there of self-esteem. The teacher says I'm running low at school. Good man. Slurp, slurp. So yeah, self-esteem is a motherfucker. It's like basically your internal drive that tells you to do stuff. It's basically whether you're empowered by yourself or you're empowered by other people. And if you're empowered by other people, life's going to be an awkward ass roller coaster. If you're powered by yourself, getting higher in your own supply, being your own party, life's going to be good and consistent. Something which always scares the shit out of me is when people who don't know what they're talking about, people who don't have any idea what they're talking about, talk with such confidence. They're like, yeah, I actually saw this, I actually read this front page. It was on the front page of the newspaper there. It said vegans are silly. And I'd be like, oh, shit. This person I really respect thinks vegans are silly. I won't be vegan anymore. Or whatever you're into. It's just mad how human psychology works. It just is mind-blowing. Mind-blowingly gorgeous. So we're probably looking into the news now. Everyone's favorite segment. It's my favorite segment. So what we're going to do with the news is I'm going to have some speech-to-text software. I'm just going to copy and paste in the headline, so it'll say like, Margaret ran through the streets naked because she wanted the animals to stop dying. Then she slapped a police officer. It's just going to read it out with no emotion, and I'm just going to be like, that is fucking mental. Because, yeah. So I think we're just going to have a little look at the news, because self-esteem's a heavy subject, you know? Let's have a little look at the news. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to be, it's impossible to be non-biased, but sure, look, World news. World news. Here's a little thing. It's a little tip for people. I don't know if you noticed, but when I read the news, sometimes I speed up and I can talk even. I find it hard to read. But if I go really slowly, it's usually fine. But when I get stressed, I speed up and talk really fast, and then I have no time to think, and then it's all a big load of stress, and it keeps getting faster and faster and faster. So what I'm gonna try to do is talk a bit slower while reading the news. Okay, what have we got? World news. It's definitely my least. There was one or two times, like in the last 7. I think today is like episode 8. There's a few times in the last 7 days I've just been like nearly like falling asleep at the kitchen table and then waking up and being like, oh, I'm gonna be late for the podcast. Just like stressed out my balls. All right. Can you stop talking to the back there, please? I'm trying to do a podcast. Okay? Thank you. Hong Kong plunges into deep recession. Oh, yeah. I watched a few documentaries on that. But this is news though. It's only 17 ago. Apparently The Guardian is one of those people who's you can kind of trust their stuff a little bit. Okay. Undercover reporter reveals life in Polish troll farm. And these are excellent clickbait. Here's another one. Thursday briefing. House to endorse impeachment inquiry. World news. Okay. Let's see how we're getting on. So we're having a little look at. We're taking this very slowly. It's so much effort to talk slow. Okay. Hong Kong plunges into deep recession. 3.2%. Falls revealed the worst three months slide during the 2008 financial crisis. This is all right. All right, you get the idea. Oh my God. All right, if someone was telling it to me, or if I have my speech reader here next week, we'll be away. Okay. Undercover reporter reveals life in a Polish troll farm. Spent 6 months running a fake social media account at self-described firm in Warsaw. Cool. I was looking up some mad shit like last night. I was trying to figure out how to make my video, like I was doing a video on like Irish mental health system, which is on the YouTube and all the rest of it. And I was trying to figure out like how do I make this searchable and stuff. And I realized that there hasn't been a post about Irish mental health since 2008 on fucking what's that thing called? The most liked post is from 2008 on Irish mental health on Instagram, and the last post about Irish mental health using the hashtags anyway is possibly never on YouTube. Using mental health was like 3 months ago. Hashtag mental health. So what I'm just trying to say is like the knowledge on how to manipulate YouTube and algorithms and all that stuff is on SEO, search engine optimization, and all this mad shit. Like corporations know all this shit, and I studied corporations and how they work, and how they do business, because I am sick of being a broke musician. And if you apply that same stuff to veganism, that same corporate advertising mentality to veganism and stuff I really like, such as positive mental health and believing in yourself and trying to work your way out of a crippling depression and all that kind of stuff. If you use those corporate tricks like doing the whole hashtags and keeping up with the current hashtag trends and all this mad shit, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be it's going for success. Like, I was just so confused. Like, why don't other people just spend a few years of their life just studying fucking how corporations do advertising and how they try to manipulate the media and all this shit? Like, I don't know, man. It's this thing when you get when you learn something, you think everyone else knows it. It's close to imposter syndrome, but it's not imposter syndrome. But human brains, man, they hurt my head. The thing I wanted to say about Machiavelli, the prince, is that the way the world should be, and the way the world is. And when I don't know which one's which. This is Machiavelli. He talks about how politics back in the old days and how to do business in the royal courts. So he was saying, if you want to be successful, like in one lifetime and so on, you have to accept the way the world is. You can't be like, I just really want to make, oh God, what's something crap? I really want to make guitars. I want to make guitars all day long and all the rest of it. Here's the thing. Who's buying guitars? Who's going to spend loads of money for a guitar that someone made who doesn't really know anything about building guitars and so on? So basically, you got to see what the market wants and what it needs and the gaps in the market. I was like, fuck, I'm not seeing any like really positive people right now for veganism and like mental health, and just being like, come on, you guys can fucking do, like, you just gotta, if you just think about it this way and just showing people the road, like if you want to do something, you got to do this. Like, people in your life are going to tell you you're bonkers or whatever, but this is this is how you do it, and I'm going to show you live how to fucking do it in real time. But basically, yeah, you got to see what the world's actually like and not be like, oh, but I just want it to be this happy place, and I don't want to think about whatever, and I'm just going to do this, and if it works, it works. I'm just going to spend 10 years making this thing, and I hope everyone likes it. Instead of going, well, what does everyone like? Grand. Where, like, how can I make this? How can I really improve this? How can I add value to people's lives? How can I create something that they need, that they want, that I think people need and want? Motivation. I'm just confused about, like, if they're like, oh yeah, that's saving the world, veganism shit sounds all right, but I don't want to give up cheese, and that's fine. I also didn't want to give up cheese, and that delayed me turning vegan by a year or so. And we can talk about that sometime. But I don't know, man. It's so easy to be negative and so easy to go, everything's shit. That takes no energy. You can just be a lazy fuck and just be like, everything's shit. And I have sat on my arse for many an hour and said, everything's shit. But it takes a lot of energy to fucking motivate people, to inspire people, to get people fucking up and going, and let's go and hoodie. VeganSteven, your espresso in the morning. Oh baby, I don't want to go now. Oh baby, don't please. If you have some inspirational people, definitely write them in. Unfortunately, I'm going to go mostly for the classics, people who've been dead for a few hundred years. Just because if you say someone like, not Mother Teresa, but the Mother Teresa lives down the road, I don't know, she could be a fucking serial killer for all I know. I don't know. I can Google people who are dead. and all the rest of it. All right, listen, we're getting back into the news. We can't be fucking around. We're into Irish news. Oh Jesus. Gonna have to turn that on silent for a minute and get the phone call. Oh Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going here. We're still doing okay. PSNI. Oh Jesus. I think I gotta take a break, man. That fucking file. I'm feeling triggered. Can we please elope in the water? My only goal is to spill my head, to feel my lifeblood drown in your dress, to hear it drip down your knees from under your skirt as you squeeze and desperately every drop out trying to save me, 'cause you care. Unlike this, it's demeaning. You love the song, but not the singer. Since there ain't no such thing as love, but a misunderstanding between two people. Get out, get out, get out, grudge. You're no good to me. Problems, get out, get out, get out, grudge. You're no good to me. Problems. That's a song about holding on to all the fucking shit in your life, man. Just let it loose. Forgive and forget if you can. Focus on the future. The best cure for depression I've ever found was working your fucking ass off. And not for someone else. For whatever you're fucking really what you wanna do. You can get mad or you can get active. As Laura told me she's at the head of this amazing animal rights foundation called NARA, and she told me you can get mad or you can get active. She was telling me all this mad shit for a podcast I did with her. And I was saying, oh man, how do you deal with like there's these race dogs getting sent off to fucking China or somewhere, and there's oh my god, why are so many people ringing me right now? Like, what the actual fuck is going on? Okay, sorry, I'm feeling triggered right now. I am, honestly. Jesus. That's what I look like when I'm about to burst with stress. Okay. Yeah, that song is about, it's the last song off my most recent album called Positive Mental Health. And it was one of the last songs I ever wrote about a girl, in a way. Because I was like, everyone's writing songs about girls. So I kind of wrote a song about just like, it was about a girl, but it was more so about myself. Just feeling, it's about self-esteem and just feeling that, like, it's that uncomfortable feeling of putting your self-esteem in someone else, which I've talked about before and why I'm staying single. Because when you put so much of your happiness in someone else, it's a big fucking risk. And that's what I've been doing for a lot of my life. So what I'm trying to do is build my own self-esteem so I'm solid as a fucking rock before I start bringing any other people around or whatever. Also, if I was ever gonna get going to the whole girlfriend game again in a year or two or whatever, a few years hopefully, they'd have to be in a very good mindset. They'd have to be in a very similar mindset, because I can only have, I can't be dragging people around at this stage. They gotta be fucking serial killers, man. So I'm gonna have a woman. It's gotta be a serial killer. Okay, back to the news. Back to reality. RTE's reality. She was our bright-eyed little girl. Black ice, the factor in 3-year-old child's death. Okay, children dying. No jokes to be made there. Vodafone highlights. Okay. Green. Oh, why is Vodafone front page news? It's a company. It's a company. This is an ad. There's three. The front page news. There's a kid dying. There is what else? There's possibly a man who's gonna kill you, and there's an advertisement. So this is like a metaphor for what happens when you ask. I asked for news, and I got something scary. Some lads out there trying to kill me, so I better fucking keep watching. Something heartbreaking. This is awful. This kid dies. It's fucking tragic. You can't make any jokes about that. And then they just go, by the way, here's something light, a fucking advertisement. We're just talking about highlights. Highlights, that'd be alright. Do you want to take the easy option and go with the advertiser, or do you want to learn see how fucking shit the world is? There's so much going on in the world. My idea of the news is here's my actual idea of the news. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do it right now. Upcoming protests or something like that. What month is this? November. Okay, some kind of important like fucking events where people are getting together and see that rebellion events might be the job. So basically I'd read out like a list of we got this, but not fucking local news, like fucking in Paris we got this fucking thing going on. Shall we fucking gas protest snobs, and they're like I just came in from Paris. Protest scenes not great over there. The real protest scenes in Norway, you know, fly over there every lunchtime for the lunchtime protest about the environment. They got some really nice artwork on their signs there. It's not that kind of early Renaissance shit you see in fucking England on their protest signs. It's fucking high class. Yeah, I got a week booked in they're doing a class protest in Ibiza there against the Wales. All right, this looks all right. Rebellion Earth. Rebellion is a beyond fuck driver. That it looks like some kind of thing in England about what was it? Reform within schools. Okay. So we're looking at some kind of England stuff, which is okay. There's weekly meetings about stuff. Next 30 days. Okay, here we go. So again, this is only England. I think if I put some effort in, I'll have settings for the whole world. Sure, we'll go mad and look up Irish protests coming up. What's the month? November. Apparently, there's some kind of protest going on every Friday, related to over 10,000 turn out for a climate strike protest in Dublin. This sounds more like my day out. Yeah, there's another thing, which is a whole other psychological thing that's hard to get your head around, is fucking Jesus. If someone litters, you can be upset about it, but you don't have to be emotionally upset about it. It's your choice about how you feel emotionally about something. You can be like, I don't want to do that. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Oh, Jesus.
Because the government will get out their butts and do something.
Okay. Yeah. I know I'm a big skeptic, but it always kind of seems a bit fucking wrong when no matter what group it is, they get the fucking kid and they're like, yeah, the government told me that my mom told me that the government are being really silly right now. Because every child talks like Mickey Mouse for some reason. But basically, it's just kind of weird because they're reading what their parents keeps telling them and stuff. So it's kind of like, how do you know so much about economics? You're fucking 4. And everyone goes, oh, they're only fucking 4 and they know what's going on in the world. I don't know. I think I'm going down a negative rabbit hole, so I'm gonna try and pick this shit up, man. Okay. Okay, we're still rocking. We're looking good. All right. Budly boodly boo. There's a protest against Trump visiting. I don't know. Some of the protests just seem like stuff like. Some of the stuff just seems a bit out of whack. Like some of the protests, like there's stuff in your realm of achievement. For example, like you can change stuff like what you eat every day. You have control over that, and that's something which you should invest your time in or whatever, because you have complete control over that. But something which you don't have control over, I feel like you almost don't have a right to be angry about, because you can't do anything about it. So like why would you even be mad about it? It's just that, like, you wouldn't be mad at the sky for being blue, and you just want to, the sky should be red, and people are like, yeah, but it's blue. Like, what? If you really want, we can send some rockets up there, and it can be red for like a night. If you really want, like, we can do it. It's gonna cost a few bob, and you might have to get a part-time job or something. Like, we can do it. But why? Why do you want the sky red? What's the crack with that? I don't think the sky would be happy being red. I think the birds would be confused. Yeah, the whole Machiavelli thing is just really big for me. Just trying to accept that if you're really nice and polite, oh God, you won't get like what you want or whatever. The person who's screaming and shouting, even if they're acting like a fucking idiot, are gonna get all the attention because it's like, woo! Look at how cool my teeth are. Woo! Look at my teeth. Even if they got shit teeth, they're going, everyone look at my teeth. And everyone, like someone really class teeth, be like, man, my teeth are so much better. Yeah, but you're sitting on your fucking ass. You're not going, everyone look at my fucking teeth. If you want to keep going in it, which is fine, because maybe your teeth don't align with your journey and purpose on life. So self-esteem, man, it's a motherfucker. It's an absolute motherfucker. Okay, here we go. So how, you might be saying to yourself, geez, Steve, how are you gonna write this number one fucking Christmas single thing? Like, this is how a corporation would do it. So I'd probably do it the same way, to be honest. So here's what you do. You want to write a number one hit single? No bother. Okay, so here's how I would do it. And when I say number one, I just mean number one from my audience, which is people who like promoting positive mental health and promoting positivity, and veganism and so on. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So gotta make everyone feel involved. Gotta get everyone together. Gotta create word of mouth. Get a viral campaign or whatever. So, like I said, again, everyone involved. Everyone's singing on it. That's fucking pretty good. Probably get them to do it. I'd probably get them to send me. I'd have like the screen chopped up with everyone like singing it together. And oh, sorry, I'm fucking dying. Okay, but basically, I'm a prolific songwriter or whatever. So all I have to do if I want a really good song is I write 3 full songs completed. I go to my audience and I go, listen, which of these 10-second clips are you just like, that's nice, yeah, Or maybe I write 10 songs. I'm just like, maybe I write 10. Okay, I write 10 songs. I whittle them down to 3. Okay, and I go to my audience, and go, listen, out of these 3, which do you like? Which one would you like? And they go, oh, I really like this one or this one. And there's a bit of a fight. Oh, which one? And then it turns out we're just doing one of them. And all that might just be at the end of the chorus is just like a thing of bum, 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 bum. I might just be like, I believe in standing for what I believe in. That's even a little bit too complicated. Just like that. Kick drum going. Everyone clapping, everyone singing. You got your chorus. Jot in some lyrics super related to the key topic using colloquial language. And then the product will be so shit hot because it has been already pre-approved. It's already what people want to hear. They want this in the lyrics. They want that in the lyrics. And it's all done with my overseeing quality of fucking ultimate production quality. And it conveys a strong, it's all about conveying emotion and feeling. It's not going to be fucking polished or whatever. So song comes out. What does it do? It conveys how people are feeling at that time about a particular subject. And it also conveys emotions. It makes people feel something. They want to sing along and dance and be part of it. And that's it. All right. Music's not that hard. There's 3 chords. I'm not going to tell you which chords they are. There's 3 chords that you can do. You can write. I think I just played 2 of them there. There's these magical, mystical 3 chords, and all you have to do is play them over and over and over. And people, yeah, that sounds like a radio hit, baby. Those 3 chords, man. Get a bit of clapping going, bit of. Do you believe? Yeah, I believe. Or your call and response, get some of that going. All that. So, if you think that the vegan community needs a big song, sure, we might do it. So that's basically how you become successful. You see where you want to go. What do I want? Do I want to be on fucking... I want to be on this TV show or whatever, and you write a song to be on that TV show. Maybe you have the It's Jay Leno or the Late Night Toy Show Tonight or whatever fuck, and you have that person's name in the fucking title. It's knowing exactly what you want and then plotting. All you have to do, here's you, and here's your goals. All right. So what you got to do is everything in between here and here is just work. So say, for example, I'm learning to play guitar. Okay, here's me and my music or whatever. Right, if I play guitar all day long, it's going to speed it up. If I don't know, do my hair nice, it'll make me better looking, so then people will find me easier to watch. Okay, that's making it a little bit easier. I talk about something people actually care about and I add value. Okay, it's getting close. There's less work I have to do now because people are really into it. Fucking all that kind of stuff. It brings you closer and closer. The only thing stepping in between you and your goals is natural bits of life which you can bend and stuff to get in there. As you said, if you're not good at singing, you just practice singing. That will bring you closer. And it's just hard work and learning whatever skills need to be learned for that specific task. Fun fact, I pretty much know 0 cover songs. Because as a young kid, I was like, how cool if I could just make up songs all day long, like just at the drop of a hat. And now I can just make up songs all day long at the drop of a hat, 'cause I followed my goals that I set for myself at a young age. I'm only laying out the blueprint, man, of steps that you can follow just to do exactly what you want. If I was a little kid and I was like, instead of my number one goal is to write improvised songs or whatever, if I said something like my number one goal is to, oh Jesus, open up a successful bookshop, perhaps I would have a successful bookshop right now because it's a clear book. It may have to change to adapt with the times, so it might have to be an online bookshop to change with the times. Maybe books aren't big at that time, so I might have to change it to be the number one audiobook distributor or something. Like, you're gonna have to bend the rules a little bit. But if you're doing what everyone else is doing, if everyone is becoming an online bookshop, you know, and you're a creative person, you know you're doing the wrong thing by following everyone else. You're going to, the only way as a creative or whatever, if you want to be, you just got to go in, which is getting into all that existential thoughts, even though you're going in, which is a very scary place. So I don't know, maybe you'll want a fucking therapist with you, a team of therapists with you at the time, baby. Oh, baby, please let me. Okay, we've only got 3 minutes left, all right? So we're going to do a little recap. All right. I want you to mail in with questions that you would like me to talk about on the show, because this is about you guys. I'm 100% about the fans and communicating with current culture right now. This is a live interactive experience. I'm in your espresso in the morning. VeganSteven, positive mental health, following your dreams, giving you a little push, giving you a little kick in the right direction, a little bow. Not taking life too seriously. Everything here is a parody. Take everything I say with a few buckets full of salt in your mouth, and you gotta know that you're doing great and follow what you believe in, not what your friends are doing. Unfortunately, that may not make your friends anymore, and you may have to get new friends, which is like, oh my god, I'm in secondary school and these friends are everything in my world right now. I know. And that is fine. That's why most people don't do what they want to do in life, because they're like, I just want to play it safe. The most unsafe thing you can do in this world is play it safe. Because that's what everyone is doing, and when everyone falls down, you'll be dragged down with them. Are you following your dreams, or are you helping someone else follow their dreams? Because if you're working in some shit job that you fucking hate, it's to pay for some other lad's gaff. Do you want to pay for your own lad? Do you want to pay for your own gaff, or do you want to pay for some other lad's gaff? Because you just gotta find out. Be honest with yourself. And if you wanna be a fucking pop star, you're gonna have to try and be a fucking pop star. Don't be like, oh, I actually want to be a personal assistant, because you're just gonna be on. If you could be the best personal assistant there is, and you still won't be happy because you weren't fucking honest with yourself about what you wanted in the first place. So you're just gonna be fucking honest with yourself. Otherwise, shit's gonna hit the fan. Okay, baby. I hope you're feeling well, and I'm gonna stop this, but just offload. Just keep talking for a minute and just say whatever's on your mind. Just been like, here's the shit I have to talk about today, and just go. I'm just gonna fade off in the distance. You just talk.